माय डियर चिल्ड्रन, वेलकम टू cheMSol। तो पहले नमस्कार करेंगे हमारे एंशियंट भाई को फॉर हिज contribution towards science. So I'm bringing you the test series where I'm going to discuss the section 1 from previous 5 to 10 years question papers. Why sir? Because if you are already finished, आपका सब कुछ हो गया है, you have already read the textbooks, notes, everything, so start doing the previous year question papers. So if you don't have the question papers, you can buy the question bank or you can just follow the channel, because I am here to help you. I will help you to score the 95 plus marks in your exams, that's for sure, if you do as we discuss. Okay, so without any delay, let's start. So first of all, in section 1, our aim is to get full marks, that is 40 out of 40, because that is very easy. Also children, last video May I told you that how you have already 30 marks in your pockets, right? Sure shot questions in section 1 you will get around 10 marks in that case. So you have to check this link which I am giving you above. First you देख लीजिए, बाद में you can come back here. ठीक है, चलो तो let's start this one. First question, MCQ, you know that, choose the correct answer. First one, element with highest ionization potential is. तो remember one thing, highest ionization potential element जो भी है वो होगा helium always. But because this is MCQ, you have to check the options. If helium is given already, so straight away put that. ठीक है, otherwise you have to see which is the one. For that, which is helpful for you, for that you should know the trend of the ionization potential or ionization energy. So क्या trend है ionization energy का? Ionization energy as you move across the period, क्या होगा? It will decrease, sorry, it will increase, means you need to give more energy to remove the electron, right? And as you move down the group, the ionization energy will decrease, means you have to give the less energy to remove the electron. So if you take the last group, that will be group 18, noble gases, जिसमें है helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So as you move down from here, so what will happen to ionization energy? It will decrease. मतलब कि किसका ज्यादा होगा? That will be for helium. ठीक है? If you don't have, you see, just one fill in the blanks question. If they give you highest ionization potential, the element with highest ionization potential will be helium. So remember, the inert electrode used in the electrolysis of acidified water. Inert electrode, you have only two inert electrodes. So remember, कौन सा है? Platinum और graphite. Graphite क्या है? Is one of the carbon allotrope. तो इसमें चेक कीजिए, निकल है, प्लैटिनम है, कॉपर है, सिल्वर है, तो प्लैटिनम we can use. Okay, two questions done. Third question, a compound with low boiling point. अरे बाप रे, हम how do we remember the boiling point? Correct. तो इसमें चेक करना है what is common, what is not common. So pick the odd one out. कैसे? सोडियम क्लोराइड, कैल्शियम क्लोराइड, पोटेशियम क्लोराइड, कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, सब क्लोराइड है, मगर फर्स्ट थ्री जो हैं वो those are ionic compounds, and we know that ionic compounds have high MP and PP, not blood pressure, melting point and boiling point. क्यों? क्योंकि उनका strong electrostatic force of attraction होता है between the cation and the anion. तो कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड, सर ये भी तो क्लोराइड है, मगर दिस इज CCl4, मतलब इट इज अ कोवैलेंट कंपाउंड. जो कोवैलेंट कंपाउंड होते हैं, they will have low MP and BP. तो लो बॉइलिंग पॉइंट किसका होगा अभी? कार्बन टेट्राक्लोराइड. दिस इज अ लिक्विड एट रूम टेम्परेचर. ठीक है, रिमेनिंग आर ऑल सॉलिड्स एंड दे आर आयोनिक. ओके, द एसिड which can produce carbon from cane sugar. तो cane sugar जो है, क्या है वो? C12H22O11. इसमें से we have to get only carbon. तो what you have to remove? You can write it like this, H2O को 11 कर दो बाहर, तो water you have to remove. जो भी dehydrating agent है वो हमारा है concentrated sulfuric acid. मगर remember children, if they give you dilute sulfuric acid, तो Don't put that answer. Okay, it is concentrated sulfuric acid, which will act as a dehydrating agent. It will act as a non-volatile acid, right? Dehydrating agent, non-volatile acid और oxidizing agent भी है वो, ठीक है? चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. द ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड हैविंग ट्रिपल कार्बन कार्बन कोवैलेंट बॉन्ड. तो ट्रिपल बॉन्ड होगा तो वो होगा अल्काइन. अल्काइन का फॉर्मूला वी नो CnH2n -2. इसमें पुट कर दो, जो भी इसमें वैल्यूज आएंगे वो करेक्ट आंसर होगा. सो पहला C3H4, सो 3 पुट कर दो इधर. C3H, so 3 into 2, 6 minus 2, 4. So straight away this is the answer which has a triple bond. Don't worry about the remaining questions. ठीक है. Either I will tell you alkane and alkane as well. Alkane का what will be the general formula, that is CnH2n plus 2. Alkene का जो भी डबल बॉन्ड होगा in the compound CnH2n, for your refreshment. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. स्टेट वन रेलेवेंट ऑब्जर्वेशन. वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. हम ऑब्जर्वेशंस वी हैव टू राइट हियर. तो चलो देखते हैं. एक्शन ऑफ कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड नाइट्रिक एसिड ऑन कॉपर. Concentrated nitric acid on copper. Remember, conc nitric acid is a very good, क्या है, oxidizing agent. Oxidizing agent. So when it acts as an oxidizing agent in the concentrated form, it will form NO2 gas. And we know that NO2 gas is a reddish brown gas. So you simply write reddish brown gas released. That will be your simple observation for this. Okay, थोड़ा नीट कर लेंगे इधर. Okay, इधर मेरा वीडियो आता होगा तो I will rewrite it. क्या, reddish brown vapors formed. ठीक है. चलो, एडिशन ऑफ एक्सेस अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड थोड़ा इंक्रीज कर लेते हैं. चलो, एडिशन ऑफ एक्सेस अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड इनटू कॉपर सल्फेट सॉल्यूशन. तो अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, दिस इज एनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री चैप्टर. कॉपर सल्फेट में थोड़ा डालेंगे तो यू विल गेट अ पेल ब्लू प्रेसिपिटेट. इफ यू डू और ऐड एक्सेस ऑफ अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, you will get a inky blue solution. You will get a inky blue solution. But first you have to write, this is very important. Initially pale blue PPT forms which क्या होगा, dissolves in excess, कौन सा, अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड में, and forms inky blue solution. Inky blue solution, or sometimes deep blue solution also you can write. That is a complete observation. If you don't want to lose the mark, if you simply write inky blue solution, I'm not sure they will give you full marks. Okay, a piece of sodium metal is put into ethanol at room temperature. So देखो भैया, ethanol, alcohol का reactions we know. Alcohol में if you add sodium metal, you will get the hydrogen gas. So hydrogen gas plus sodium ethoxide you will get here. Sodium ethoxide ka you don't have any observation, so hydrogen ka you can write. Hydrogen ka what do we write? It is a colorless, odorless gas which extinguishes the burning splint with a pop sound. तो पूरा का पूरा लिखना है. Colorless, odorless gas which extinguish the what is that, burning splint with a pop sound. Okay, that will be our observation for this. जिंक कार्बोनेट इज हीटेड स्ट्रांगली. जिंक कार्बोनेट को हीट किया तो क्या होगा भैया, ZnO होगा एंड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज होगा. तो राइट द ऑब्जर्वेशन फॉर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, बिकॉज जिंक आल्सो यू कैन राइट द ऑब्जर्वेशन. जिंक, व्हाट इज द जिंक ऑब्जर्वेशन? व्हेन इट इज hot and when it is cold. When it is hot it is yellow, when it is cold it is white. ठीक है, that you can write. और CO2 का you can write the test, that is what, a colorless, odorless gas which turns lime water milky. Magar the same test is also given by SO2. So how do you distinguish that? So further you have to do which do not affect the acidified potassium dichromate or which do not affect the acidified potassium permanganate solution. Okay, that will be the CO2 test. Sulfide ore is added to a tank containing oil and water, then stirred and agitated with air. This is actually the froth flotation process. इसमें observation क्या होगा भाई? You will get a lot of froth formed. Yeah, you will get a lot of froth formed in this process. Sulfide ore जो है, that will go with the oil and impurities will remain with the water, but visibly you can't say much here. So froth is observed. Chalo, the next question, write a balanced chemical equation for each of the following. This is very important. A reaction of carbon powder and concentrated nitric acid. Again, previously we saw concentrated acid is a very good oxidizing agent. So carbon के साथ if you add, you have to write what? Concentrated below. If you do not write the concentrated below, you will not get the mark. Remember. तो कार्बन को वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कर देगा, ठीक है. And what are the byproducts of nitric acid? H2O और NO2 gas. Okay. तो how do I remember? कार्बन का 4 here. तो बैलेंस कर दो 2H2O, नाइट्रोजन का 4NO2 कर दो, कार्बन का, ठीक है, 4 into 12 ऑक्सीजन. तो चेक कर लो 4 by 6 plus 8, सॉरी हाँ 8 plus 2 10 plus 2 12. ठीक है, this is done. Okay, next question, reaction of excess ammonia with chlorine. तो पहले you take ammonia which is excess, you write, plus chlorine which is a greenish yellow gas. So what will happen here? Initially HCl will form, but that HCl will react with excess of ammonia and you will get ammonium chloride. So ammonium chloride will form and nitrogen gas will be released in this case. So if you check, it will be 8, you can balance it, 2 and 6, 1 you will get. So 6, you can check the textbook, this will be correct. Reaction of lead nitrate solution with ammonium hydroxide. So first of all, lead nitrate you have to write like this, which is solution aqueous, plus ammonium hydroxide का लिखेंगे NH4OH, which is aqueous. Double displacement reaction, lead hydroxide will form, ठीक है, NH4NO3 will form. तो बैलेंसिंग इज लेफ्ट, NO3 दो हैं तो इधर 2 लिख लो, अमोनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड को 2 कर दो, ठीक है. दिस इज अ बैलेंस्ड इक्वेशन. There are some more questions on balancing equation. Producing ethane from bromoethane using zinc copper couple in alcohol. So to make alkanes and alkanes we have two methods actually. तो वन सोडा लाइम और सोडियम एसिटेट होगा, ये सेकंड है जो I will take from the alkyl halide bromoethane. Bromoethane will be C2H5Br, bromoethane. Zinc copper couple will give us the nascent hydrogen. So you have to write it like this too. On the arrow write zinc copper couple and you are taking the alcohol. So both you have to write. एक Br को एक H के साथ निकाल दो तो HBr गया और एक H you give to C2H5 तो you will get C2H6 which is ethane. तो कंप्लीट कंबशन ऑफ इथेन, तो इथेन ले लो C2H6, कंप्लीट कंबशन के लिए यू विल गेट ऑक्सीजन, कंबशन के बाद यू विल गेट कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर, ठीक है. तो कार्बन 2 है इधर तो यू मेक इट 2 एंड हाइड्रोजन 6 इज योर 3. नेक्स्ट कार्बन ऑक्सीजन वी कैन बैलेंस. सो कितना हो गया भाई, 2 to 4 plus 3 7, सो 7 को नहीं कर सकते हैं तो 7 by 2 करेंगे, 7 by 2 करेंगे तो इधर 2 मल्टीप्लाई, इधर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 तो 4 here 6. चेक कर लो, you should get that 4 and 6. तो 2 into 2 4 कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन का 12, so 12, ऑक्सीजन का 14, 8 plus 6 14, ठीक है. Next, very important, which I told you previously, sure short question in section A, that is draw structural formula and write the UPAC name. तो पहले we'll write the structural formula, don't do any mistake in this part, ठीक है. चलो देखते हैं. First question is what? 2 dimethyl pentane. So pent is the root word, so first one I'm writing here. Pent मतलब 5 carbon लिख लो, 1 2 3 4 5. So ane is a single bond, so nowhere you will get the double bond here. So first you put 4 bonds across all the carbon atoms. ठीक है, चलो. So 2 dimethyl, तो मतलब सेम पोजीशन पे सेकेंड कार्बन पे यू हैव 2 मिथाइल ग्रुप्स अटैच्ड. तो यू कैन राइट इट ऑन हियर और हियर, अप टू यू. सो पहले इस मिथाइल और इस मिथाइल, बाद में यू जस्ट राइट द हाइड्रोजन्स. डोंट राइट एनी एक्स्ट्रा बॉन्ड और एनी लेस number of bonds across the carbon. तो bond across the carbon should be 4 bonds होने चाहिए. Second one, methanol. Meth means 1 carbon. ओके, एन मीन सिंगल बॉन्ड. OL मतलब अल्कोहल. तो अल्कोहल यू नो, एक कार्बन लिख लो पहले अल्कोहल का OH, तो OH लिख लो. बाद में यू हैव जस्ट हाइड्रोजन्स नीड टू बी अटैच्ड टू इट. Isopropane, actually isopropane molecule does not exist. It can be isobutane. Isopropane नहीं होता है, it will not be there. Isobutane का we can write, but it is not asked here. Write the IUPAC name of the following acetaldehyde. See, common names they have given. Acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde is the first member of aldehyde. Aldehyde का first member मतलब meth. metha. Aldehyde का क्या है? Al. methanol. Acetylene is the first member of the alkyne. Alkyne का first member will be ethyne. Remember children, there is no methine or methane. Okay, ethyne. State one relevant reason for each of the following. Graphite anode is preferred to platinum in the electrolysis of molten lead bromide. So graphite anode, why we are preferred over platinum? Because in the electrolysis of molten lead bromide, जो bromine release होता है, that may react with the platinum. ठीक है, so we will write reactive bromine vapors released, which may affect platinum but not graphite, even though both are inert electrodes. One more thing is there, graphite जो है, graphite is cheaper, very cheaper than platinum. That also is added here. ठीक है, but first point is the must. Soda lime is preferred to sodium hydroxide in the laboratory preparation of methane. Okay, soda lime is what? Soda lime is a mixture of sodium hydroxide or calcium oxide का mixture. Therefore the name soda comes from caustic soda, lime comes from quick lime, CaO. Sodium hydroxide जो है, it is a deliquescent. So you will write sodium hydroxide is deliquescent in nature, whereas soda lime is not deliquescent. That's it. Okay. Hydrated copper sulfate crystals turn white on heating. So इसके लिए you have to give the reason. So first of all, the color of hydrated copper sulfate is blue. That is because of water of crystallization. So what is the formula for this? You know, it called as blue vitriol, CuSO4.5H2O. So when you heat it, so what will happen? Water will escape. You will get only copper sulfate, which is white. Okay, so you will explain it. You can also mention the equation. Hydrated copper sulfate is blue because of water crystallization, which on heating loses water vapor, and anhydrous copper sulfate will be formed, which is white. Okay. Concentrated nitric acid appears yellow when it is left for a while in a glass bottle. So nitric acid, it is in pure form, it is colorless. But why it is appearing yellow? Because it is heat and light sensitive. First point you have to write, heat and light sensitive. Which one? Nitric acid. So it undergoes decomposition. In presence of heat or light. Glass bottle में रखेंगे तो light sensitive हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So what it will form? Nitric acid will decompose into water, NO2 and O2. Okay. जो NO2 is there, we know that it is a reddish brown gas. That reddish brown gas will dissolve in the nitric acid and makes it appear yellow. So this whole story you have to write to get the full marks. Hydrogen chloride gas fumes in moist air. Because hydrogen chloride gas is highly soluble in water. Highly soluble in water. That is the first point you have to write. For second point, the air contains water vapor and HCl gas dissolves in that water vapor, forms the HCl fumes. That's why hydrogen chloride gas fumes in moist air. 2 points. HCl gas is highly soluble in water. Second point, what air contains water vapor, HCl gas dissolves in that water vapor and forms the fumes. Okay. Next one, come on. Calculation is there. The amount of each reactant required to produce 750 ml of carbon dioxide when 2 volumes of carbon monoxide combined with 1 volume of oxygen to produce 2 volumes of carbon dioxide. I told you there is a fixed question. 2 marks fixed question will come on the Gay-Lussac's law. So this is a Gay-Lussac's law. What you have to do here, let's see. The volume occupied by 80 gram of carbon. Okay, they have given you the mass here. So stoichiometric question. First of all, each reactant required to 750 ml of carbon dioxide. So pehle you have to rewrite this 2CO2 plus O2. Okay, 2CO2. So all our gases, first is that. Okay, first question we are attempting. We have to find when 2 volumes of carbon monoxide combine with 1 volume of oxygen to produce 2 volumes of carbon dioxide. You have to find the amount of each reactant required to produce 750 ml of carbon dioxide. So ratio you see 2 volume. So first point you have to write according to Gay-Lussac's law. According to Gay-Lussac's law. Step by step. Gay-Lussac's law. What has there? 2 volume of CO2 reacts with 1 volume of oxygen to give 2 volume of CO2. तो इसमें क्या है? You want to get the 750 ml. ठीक है? तो ratio you see. See, the calculation is very simple, but you have to write the things. What? First point. 2 volume of CO. अरे बाप रे, my mistake. Carbon monoxide here. Will give 2 volume of CO2. Therefore, to form 750 ml of CO2, how much we need? 1:1 ratio, na? 750 ml of CO we need. Okay? Because ratio is 1:1 between CO and CO2. What is the ratio between oxygen and CO2? 1:2. मतलब 750 ml के लिए half you have to take. Right? It will be 375 ml. So simply you will write. But what you have to write? 1 volume of oxygen gives 2 volume of CO2. Therefore, to get the 750 ml of CO2, how much oxygen is needed? You have to write the sentences. Then only you will get 2 marks here. Okay. Chalo, next question. In the same question, next part they have added the volume occupied by 80 gram of carbon dioxide at STP. Okay, you can just simply know this. See, at standard temperature and pressure, if you take 1 mole of any gas, it will occupy 22.4 liters. Okay, 22.4 liters. And it will be equal to gram molecular mass of the substance. Here CO2 ka first you have to find the gram molecular mass. Why? Atomic mass is given here. तो कार्बन 1 है 14, ऑक्सीजन 2 है, तो 16 into 2 32, राइट? सॉरी, कार्बन का 12, हाँ 2 to 4 314, so which is equal to 44 grams. So if you take 44 grams, your volume will be 22.4 liter, but you are taking 80 grams, तो कितना होगा? 44 ग्राम्स के लिए 22.4 लीटर, 80 ग्राम्स के लिए हाउ मच? तो 22.4 into 80 divided by 44, जो भी आंसर होगा that will be your answer. ठीक है, simple calculation you do. Calculate the number of molecules in 4.4 gram of CO2. See, number of molecules in 4.4 gram of CO2. 44 gram matlab 44 gram of CO2 matlab 1 mole. And we know that 1 mole of any gas contains what? Avogadro's number of molecules, that is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 CO2 molecules. कितने होगा, किसमें होगा? 44 ग्राम में. मगर they are asking you in 4.4 gram, matlab you have to divide it by 10. तो you will get 0.1 mole. 0.1 mole में divided by 10 मतलब if you do 0.023 into 10 to the power of 22 because you divided by 10 CO2 molecules. ठीक है. State the law associated in question number F1. So this is question number F. This is 1. You have to write the statement. Many children do what? Okay, state is Gay-Lussac's law. But that is not your answer. You will not get mark for that. This is a twist. State मतलब statement you have to write. Gay-Lussac's law का statement as it is given in your textbook. Okay? You can check that. Chalo. Next question we'll see. Give one word or phrase. The chemical bond formed by a shared pair of electrons, each bonding atom contributing one electron to the pair. So दो atoms हैं, both are giving electrons, so that will be covalent bond. Electrode used as cathode in electro refining of impure copper. So see, if electro refining may anode will dissolve, cathode will be increase in the mass. So pure copper will come and deposit on the cathode. So to take it as a thin pure copper sheet. ठीक है? Thin pure copper sheet. The substance prepared anode will be what? Thick impure copper rod. ठीक है? The substance prepared by adding other metals to a base metal in appropriate proportions to obtain certain desirable properties. You call that substance as alloy. So I told you alloys made 2 to 3 marks will be there for sure. The tendency of an atom to attract electrons to itself when combined in a compound. जो compound में और molecule में जो है electrons you can attract मतलब that will be called electronegativity. Electronegativity. Reaction in which carboxylic acid reacts with alcohol in presence of consulfuric acid, you will get fruity smell, that is esterification. Esterification का if they ask you observation जो what you will write, fruity smell ही लिखेंगे हम. Okay, fill in the blanks. Polar covalent compound in gaseous state that does not conduct electricity is. So gaseous state मतलब first of all methane gas, carbon tetrachloride liquid, ammonia is a gas, but methane, carbon tetrachloride both are non-polar. ठीक है, तो ammonia should be the one for this. A salt prepared by displacement reaction. Displacement matlab here you will take acid and you will add a metal. So remember ferrous chloride is the answer. So ferric chloride के लिए combination होगा. Combination Fe plus Cl2. FeCl3 will get direct combination. Silver chloride will be displacement reaction. The number of moles in 11 gram of nitrogen gas is. So nitrogen gas they told molecular mass for nitrogen will be. So N is 14. So 14 into 2. N2 होगा ना. तो 14 into 2 you have to do 28. 28 grams मतलब 1 mole. Correct. But they have asked 11 gram. 11 gram के लिए कितना होगा? So 11 divided by 28 if you do, you will get the answer here. तो half होगा तो imagine 14 ग्राम होगा तो you will get 0.5 मोल. तो 0.49 तो होगा नहीं, उसके नीचे ही होगा. तो either it is for 0.39 or 0.29 should be there. So if you divide it 4 times or if you just do the division, approximately will get 0.39 I think. An alkali which completely dissociate into ions is. So it should be a strong electrolyte. Strong alkali. Alkali मतलब completely soluble. So remember ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, they are weak alkalis. Lithium hydroxide or group 1 metal hydroxides are strong. An alloy used to make statues. Statues के लिए तो हम कौन सा यूज करेंगे भाई? Bronze, brass, fused metal, bronze. Bronze का statues होते हैं ना? That we will use. चलो. So that's it for the section 1 2020. I didn't tell you this is 2020 question paper. Okay. So remaining next in the next video I will bring another section 1. Let's make it perfect. Let's make our goal of 40 out of 40 in section 1. Section 2 will take care. Slowly we'll work on that. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. We'll meet in the next class. Bye bye.